Welcome. Is the child a product of nature or nurture? Nature are the genetic factor inherent in a child. The color of the eye, the color of the hair, the body posture is these are things gotten from our parents or gotten from the grandparents. So when you look at your children, you see your mini you or your parents, the way they talk, the way they run, the way they do things. You say, this is just me growing up. Sometimes in a bid for us to correct natural things, we try to make some adjustments. And that's when we'll see when a dark person decide to go and marry a fair person, or a short person decide to go and marry a tall person because they say, I don't want to continue. I want to have my children a bit tall since I'm short. But sometimes this natural phenomenon are beyond man control. That's when God comes in. When there are occurrences or natural patterns in our family, it happened to your mom said it happened to her mom, or your dad said it happened to his dad. So when there are lineage issues, that is why sometimes when you go to hospital, your doctor will ask, did your parents have this sickness? Because they want to check whether it's coming from your lineage. The same thing applies to character. There are some family there are some things seen in their family character wise. So nature has its toll on a child. Also apply nurture. And when we talk about nurture, we're talking about environment. The environment the child is exposed to. The environment starts from the womb. So what environment are you creating around that child in your womb? When the child is exposed to a tense environment as a result of the tension going around in the family, it affects the child. The child can come and be becoming hyperactive because there is no peace in the house. Are you exposing the child to drug, smoking, because you, the parents, are engaged in it? So, for that beautiful born in your womb, put away caffeine, put away the drugs and the smoke. If it's the drugs that are not recommended by the doctors, put them aside. Smoking and things that are harmful to the child, put them aside. When the child is eventually given birth to, what environment did you create in the home? The child, the nanny or the maid that is taking care of the child, what are the things that make up that maid or that person? Because the child forms its character or personality from everything around the environment. Everything around the environment. Because the child learns by imitation. The child learns by observation and modeling. If the child sees the parents fighting, wow, the child will fight. If the child sees that there's always abuses here and there, then the child will learn to abuse. If the child is being molested, even as a toddler, and you don't know, the child will start to exhibit some character you don't like. You see some toddlers behaving funny in the classroom because of what they are exposed to. Some parents even go to the extent of behaving in an immoral way in front of the children. They'll say, they are just children, they don't know anything. Who told you? The grown-ups around the children, what are they watching on their phone? And the child is by the side also spying and sipping in all that they are getting from the phone. It is from the environment the child forms its character. When the environment is true, the child is true. When the environment is false and pretending, the child also forms the character around the environment, especially in the formative age, when the child does not know the right from wrong. Sometimes when you see children in classroom trying to further mess up with other children, they don't know what they're doing. Just that they saw an adult doing it, they also want to do it to their fellow people in the class. So what environment are you creating around your child? You know, God gave you these children innocent. It is what you plant in your child that grows. They learn by observing. And that is when then they play. They say, I want to do like mommy. And they will back a baby for the girl and say, this is how my mommy used to back the baby. And this is how my mommy used to cook. Bring plates for me. Have I given you food? Play the real world in a play form. And the boy will say, I want to do like daddy. He will sit down, cross his leg. Bring me, serve me food. So they learn by observing. They also learn by modeling. You ask these children who are their model. They call one celebrity. They say because this is the way he or she does things, and this is the way he or she dances. So they learn by modeling. So who are your children's model? If you set a wicked person around them, they learn it. They learn it. So what environment are you creating around your children? Because as they form their character, they pick things from the environment. If you have somebody around that is always lying, your child will lie. Remember Abraham. He lied about Sarah. Isaac also lied. So, create that environment of kindness, of respect, of tolerance, of forgiveness around your home, so that your child will pick up that environment, that character. You want your child to study, and then around you there's nobody reading. It's all television from morning to evening. Then how would they study? It is the environment you create for your child that your child picks and leaves. If the place you live is not conducive in raising up your girl child, then make alternative. Because the total personality of your child is all he or she is able to pick from the environment. I know you have learned one or two things, that your child is a product of not only nature but nurture. Give that child the best of your side, of yourself, because that child will carry on your legacy. Thank you. Bye-bye.